All right, so this is a video that I've been saying I was going to make for a while, and this is my first time actually diving in and giving it a shot. So basically, I don't know if you guys have really seen the changes that I've been starting to initiate with No Jumper over the course of the past few months and everything. Basically, No Jumper started out as my attempt to do interviews, to do content about the culture around me and the things that I was interested in. And it's sort of been the case that it's grown bigger than I ever expected in a million years. So I basically have two choices for me as a person, or I had two choices. I feel like I've kind of chosen my path here, but I could, continue to just make as much content as possible with me being the face of things, which would basically just be me doing more streams, me doing more interviews, me doing more vlogs, that kind of thing. Or I could sort of branch out and try to do something more akin to like a media company, where I basically find other people that I believe can go in front of the camera and do stuff similar to what I've been doing, but potentially present a series of different faces and just give No Jumper potentially like a much longer lifespan as a brand. And I feel like I've had some good success with that already. Like going beyond just the podcast format, we instituted the exposed thing, and we started to have a lot of success with that. Some of those doing really, really well. And that's content that is No Jumper branded and definitely feels like No Jumper content, but it doesn't involve me being on camera. So that's a good step in the right direction. We've had plenty of vlogs that have done super well with people like Hakeem or Cam Girl, whoever, hosting them. And those have done really well too. But what I really wanted to do, what I really think is going to help me get where we're going in terms of this new direction for No Jumper. Well, we do have this office here. I know you guys might have noticed that this looks a little bit different, but yeah, we got this office, and we've just got a lot more space to film stuff, so we're not just stuck in the back of the bike shop anymore. And what I really want is to just find people who are good on camera, who know about rap, who know about the overall culture, who want to do stuff, who are passionate and motivated like the way I am. So from my perspective, what's the easiest way for us to get our eyeballs on a lot of people and be able to make, judgment calls about who we want to give a chance? Well, I think the best way is just to basically have people submit short, maybe like 5, maybe a little bit longer than 5-minute videos of them basically introducing themselves to us on camera. And that way I can kind of rely on my employees to help me out by watching some of this content, sort of culling through the field and finding some examples that they want to show me, so that I don't necessarily have to take on the huge task of seeing every single video. And that's what we're going to do, basically, in terms of what kind of content we're trying to create here. Just to give you, and we're very open-minded about this, we've tossed around a lot of different ideas about the kind of content that we could create under No Jumper, but just to give you guys a few different ideas of the kind of stuff that we're doing, we've basically built like a news desk in the other room. We've got a whole little studio going on, and like my idea with that is basically for me to come on and do news related videos like the ones that I've been doing on my personal channel, but to have a series of co-hosts so I could sort of make it more of a formalized, debate or just discussion about issues that come up within the culture, within hip hop, whatever it may be. So that's one thing that we're really interested in auditioning people for, is just to have if we right now had 20 different people that we wanted to try out on camera doing the news thing, we would definitely do it. And that is kind of my idea, is to, with the news thing in particular, is to just try different people out. Have somebody on, maybe we do 2 days in a row where we just try them out as a co-host, and then we try out somebody else. And that way the audience can really get to be part of this whole process of deciding who we want to work with as they see different people give things a shot on the news. Also on top of that, we're really looking to get into developing more and more content that's based around fashion, something that myself personally, I don't know, you might have noticed, very limited in drip, not a whole lot of Preem or V-Lone knowledge. So that's something that we're definitely looking into, is just, finding more and more hosts who are interested in doing stuff like, discussing clothes on a video for No Jumper, or going to a line or a drop, or, something related to that whole world, stuff that's not necessarily my specialty. Going beyond that, really looking to get, female hosts who could, sort of present a different side of LA, a different side of, what's going on in the culture and stuff. I feel that that's definitely been one negative thing about No Jumper up to this point is that, you know, as it's pretty much just based upon my tastes, it's really gone in the direction of, you know, aggressive street rap, SoundCloud rap, whatever you might want to call it. Very, very masculine in nature. And, you know, my goal is to build a more well-rounded media company that is able to show a wider swath of what's going on within the culture. So definitely, like, any women who are watching this that have any sort of reservations and think that maybe, you know, No Jumper is all dude stuff, so they are thinking that they don't want to necessarily apply to this, try to remove that from your head. And if you're watching this and you know a woman who you think would be a good person to try out for this, that particularly is in the LA area, that's a hugely important part of any of this, because I'm really not trying to like have to, you know, if you want to try out for this and you're in Maryland, I mean, you know, I guess we could work that out where you could come out and, like, you know, come here and do it. But we're going to show hugely preferential treatment to anybody that is local. That's a big part of it for us, because, you know, we're probably, like, when I say that we're going to try a lot of different people out for short bursts of trying out content out before we actually make anything official. I mean, that probably means that, you know, if we try you out, we're not going to be just handing you a full-time job right away. There's going to be like a period of time where we're paying you to do content for us or whatever, but where it's certainly not a full-time thing right away. So, you know, big emphasis on women, anybody who knows anything about fashion and stuff like that, and just anybody who, you know, when it comes to the news thing, anybody who just sort of has like an overall understanding of, you know, what's going on in this whole hip-hop thing. And of course, me, I'm still going to be doing content for my Adam 22 channel, and I'm still going to be doing plenty of on-camera stuff for No Jumper. It's just that the long-term plan is to sort of branch things out and grow this into something that is less about me and more about the culture as a whole. Like, I have a lot of employees. I could pop them all up on screen right now. A lot of people are already working for us and stuff. This operation is definitely not just me. Maybe sometimes it seems like that, since I'm still the one doing the vast majority of the on-camera stuff. But, you know, my goal with this in the long term is definitely just to build out more hosts, more people who can be the face of the brand and who can, you know, help us create content that people like and care about. And I especially want the fans to be part of that. I want the viewers to be part of sort of, you know, watching and like understanding what's going on. And I want them, like, if we're gonna pick somebody to be like a full-time host doing the news thing, I want it to be because I can tell from reading the comments, I can tell from reading the tweets that this person is actually the person that the fans most are into. And I don't really, you know, I don't want to just find some host and shove them in front of your face and be like, this is who's gonna be doing stuff for No Jumper now. I want to, you know, take our time with this and figure out people that our audience actually fucks with. So if you're interested, there's an email on the screen, and that email, I would suggest that you just send a video of yourself that is about maybe 5 minutes in length. It could be a little bit longer. If you send a 20-minute video, realistically, we're probably not going to get a chance to watch the whole thing. We're probably trying to just get an idea of what you're dealing with. And, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about any strengths that you feel that you have. And if you want to talk about some pop culture or rap culture things that are going on that you find interesting, just to sort of give us an idea of what a take from you might look like, or if you just have any particular interests that you want to tell us about, if you have ideas for different types of content, just let us know. We're really just looking to get a feel for what you are like as a person. And so if you send that video to that email, we discussed, I'm not 100% sure we're going to do that, but we've discussed maybe we should watch some of these application videos on stream. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but if you absolutely don't want your video played on stream, feel free to let us know about that, because we don't want to be violating anybody's privacy. It could be awkward for somebody if they already had a job and they wanted to apply for this job. But we're going to keep these secrets, so nobody will know that you're applying unless, well, if you tell us not to. But if you don't say anything, then we might watch some of these on stream. But if you don't want us to, just tell us not to. Anyway, yeah, that's my spiel, I guess. Please reach out if you think you got something to offer, if you want to get involved. If you've already got an experience of doing on-camera stuff, please don't let that stop you. That's totally okay. We're looking for people who are brand new, who are fresh off the block, and we're looking for people who maybe have experience doing stuff for other online sites, or, you know, YouTube channels, or even TV channels, anything like that. So yeah, get in touch. Help me build this No Jumper thing into what I believe it can be, and what hopefully you believe it can be too. Let's talk.
I'm ballin' like an athlete, but got no jumper. I'm ballin' like an athlete, but got like an athlete, but got no jumper. Flexing all winter and I stun all summer. I bought a non-pack, but I could've bought a Hummer. Bitch, my trap house a mathematician, it's always doing numbers.